So now, today, I want to go into something else that can make you understand better the Four Noble Truths. A lot of people think they understand the Four Noble Truths, but how to apply them in real life, solve your problem.
Very common one, relationship lah.
Relationship. So, give one example. Your colleague or your boss.
Maybe I would say like, I think colleague or boss don't really hurt us lah.
Then
it's like
girlfriend, boyfriend. That one really hurt. Because you put in so much trust. Then suddenly that trust is gone. So what happened? The mind reacted. And what mind is that? Always remember you are the host. So you have two minds. Oh, sorry. I think put it back. No, don't need to use it. So you have two minds. One is your true mind. The other one is mundane mind. So this is application. So this one is your thinking mind. Sankara. This true mind is the one you use to meditate, to develop the wisdom. Once the wisdom is there, connected to the form and mind, this one is no longer deluded. That's why this one will not stir, will not react. So always remember, the one that stirs is always this fellow. That stir and react. Always remember, because this one has delusion. This one deluded. Before arising of wisdom. Before you meditate to arise the wisdom, the mundane mind is always deluded. So like Tammy's case, example, boyfriend, girlfriend. When relationship fail, what happened is the mundane mind will stir and react and become emotional. Anger, hatred, jealousy. So all this will stir your mind, make you very emotional. That it will condition thinking. So what is the Four Noble Truths? First Noble Truth is what? Not life is suffering. There is suffering. There is a Noble Truth that talk about suffering. But what did I always share with you? The reality of life and existence. Because the eight conditions define the eight reality of life and existence. Everything about life, never apart from that eight condition. The first seven already quite complete. But the Buddha summarized everything as grasping to the five aggregate of form and mind through self-delusion. So that is the first Noble Truth. So you check. What am I doing? Am I able to be aware that this is the first Noble Truth of dukkha? That's why you have to understand what is dukkha. The first Noble Truth, first turning the Buddha proclaimed. That's why through hearing or through reading, studying, you understand the first turning wisdom. The eighth reality of life and existence is dukkha, means prevalence of suffering. Suffering is everywhere. Whenever you confront them without wisdom, without the Dhamma and the understanding, you will suffer. And this suffering under second turning, what do the Buddha say? This noble truth of dukkha is to be. Have you learned the understanding of it? Have you understood that this is suffering? When somebody decides to jilt you or divorce you, how is that feeling inside there? Is it happy feeling? Joyful feeling? Very, very unhappy feeling, isn't it? Full of anger, hatred and jealousy. Then the thought will project and tell you, how can this joker do this to me? What right has he got? When he proposed to me on Valentine's Day, what did he say? All this is Sankara telling you, making you more emotional and more unhappy. So suffering is to be understood, means you have to go through it. So when you are jilted, tell yourself, blessing in disguise. Otherwise, I cannot understand what suffering is. Understand? So why did you become so unhappy? Yeah.
I think it's not that I'm being jilted or I think the person that being jilted and the person that jilted are both also unhappy because due to habit.
Both also unhappy. Yeah. I thought it was the one that is affected only. Maybe. What he say one is, I think, makes sense. Both unhappy because they actually don't know what to do. You know, situation can happen. At first was very compatible because both also new to the relationship. Both also pretend. That's why Alexander Pope say reality begins after the first day of marriage. Before that was all actor and actresses. You act. Understand? So what happened? Before you get to know each other, you're very patient. Darling, take your time. Don't worry. Still early. I can still wait. After marriage, why take so long? You think people waiting for you? So all this change already. But what is important is sometimes they enter into a relationship, they're not married yet. Understand? No? Then they realize a lot of things not compatible already. Especially after you start to go out. Initially accommodate too much. But that is not the real one, that is the acting one. So that inside boiling. Inside this lady, one day I'm going to teach her a lesson. Wow, it climb over my head already. Everything also call me. Then what happened? They decide to break off. But after break off, lonely. Then think of the love again. Like I say, both also suffer. They want to come back, give each other a second chance. They not open the mouth. The ego very big. So this is what is happening in life. But what the Buddha teaches is very different. Nothing to do with what your mundane mind tell you. All these are sankhara. And what is sankhara? Sankhara anicca. Sankhara bring about dukkha. And because it bring about suffering, it's non-self, anatta, not real, empty nature. The analogy is what? Peeling the banana stem. Layer after layer you peel, at the center of it, empty. The core existence, empty. That's why sankhara come and go, arise and pass away. Any reality or not. End of the day is only your thought. How come the thought has power over you, can make you so miserable, so full of suffering, misery, anger, jealousy? Question the thought. Who am I? What am I? This mundane mind is not me, understand? This one is dependent originating. This one is non-self. Not me. Dependent originating. When you understand this, you can break free. Do you understand? But easier said than done. Understand? Because your egoic mind is so strong, your self-delusions, okay, that you cannot see all this. You cannot see Sankhara, Anicca, Sankhara, Dukkha. How do you see? That is where the Dhamma is, like meditation. When you go through that relationship suffering, you silence your mind. Then what happens? You realize this emotion, mind state, they come and they go. When the relationship was very good, there is no suffering in there. Both also happy in there. We are both also give and take in there. Try to, like, don't show the true color. Understand? So when you are compromising, appreciate this, say all the nice word. Sometimes they use the word sweet nothing. Sweet word, but doesn't mean anything. Sweet nothing. You heard of this word? So they ask, what did your boyfriend discuss with you? As usual, sweet nothing. Say a lot of sweet one. But when situation change, it becomes different. So like meditation, you silence your mind and feel what really is suffering. Who is suffering? Because the mundane mind through delusion condition you into the emotion and make you feel sad, sorrowful, jealous, emotional. And that agitated state is definitely not peace. Understand or not? Compared to the meditative state. That's why when you silence your mind, relax into it, somebody used to tell me, Brother Teo, I still remember your word. Be with it. He has this relationship problem with the father. 10 years, never say a word because of anger, hatred, some misunderstanding. The elder brother also. He applied exactly what I teach him. And you know what he told me? Brother Teo, you see one, be with it. Be with that anger, that emotion, that whatever feeling that stir his unhappiness. Sometimes the thought project. Because he recalled through memory all the words that the father said. Of course, the detail no need to know. Then he followed what I advised him. Ask for forgiveness, repentance. Then meditate, cultivate all this wholesomeness, attend class. Then you know what happened? He made aspiration for causes and conditions for the relationship to become normal again, better again. Then last night, the other night, Tuesday night, he said the father came to his house, spoke to him for 2 hours for the first time in 10 years. He was so happy. That's why he came to the class to share with a lot of Kahemita what happened. So he said, your advice is the best. He said, be with it. Whatever fear, emotion and unhappy feeling, he said, it becomes stillness, quiet, tranquil. Then he realized that is the true mind. The true mind has none of all this. But because of sankhara, delusion, ignorance, it stir and it think and it create all this suffering, emotion. Now you see the real meditation or not? A lot of people go through suffering, getting more angry. Understand? Become more emotional. Then, if you are not careful, it becomes a cocoon of thought, you become depressed after that. You keep on thinking and keep on telling yourself, listening to the thought, how can this guy do this to me? Last time all the memory come back already. When he was courting me, actually I got a lot of choice. But he doesn't know, I chose him. But that was the greatest mistake in life. Before that was love. So, honey, how are you? So, relationship overnight can become disastrous because delusion, no Dhamma. Life can be so meaningful and so beautiful, understand? But the moment you start to argue and create all the wrong speech, didn't follow Noble Eightfold Path, it becomes so horrible and so chaotic, understand? And both also suffer, understand? Miserable. Is that life? Is that what you want? If that is not what you want, then why do it? Understand? Because the ego beta, beta. Understand? It wants to retaliate and hammer out. You lack mindfulness, you lack understanding, you lack Dhamma. So mindfulness is very important. This noble truth of dukkha is to be understood, reflect, contemplate. How can I understand it? Then when you silence your mind, you will realize what I say. Sankhara anicca, sankhara dukkham. So the three universal characteristics. Sankhara, you can see it in your meditation. Sankhara anicca. Anicca is impermanent. One end or two end, you mean? Anicca. Anicca. Then dukkham. It will bring about suffering. Then the last one is anatta. Anatta doesn't mean non-self nature only. It also means empty nature. So you will come to understand that all this mind state that the mundane mind create through its stirring and reaction, they are dependent originating, condition arising, causal phenomena, not real. That's why it's non-self, not you. So see this in your meditation. Silence your mind. Then you realize your true mind, your true nature has none of all this. Emotion, sankhara, wrong thought. It is just stillness, silent, aware, tranquility, peace. That mind state is so much better than the agitated, miserable mind state. But why do human beings get themselves entangled? Because they don't understand the Four Noble Truths. Even the First Noble Truth itself is so powerful. The reality of life. So you just tell yourself, this is a reality. It happened to everybody. That's why living beings who don't have the Dhamma suffer. But what is the difference between somebody who has the Dhamma and don't suffer and somebody who doesn't have the Dhamma need to suffer? It's because the Dhamma can free your mind. The Dhamma tell you this mundane mind is not real, not you. You have a true nature which is so beautiful, already peaceful, tranquil and still. Don't tell me you don't know how to choose. You choose to be with this mind or this mind. Of course with the true mind. But the problem is what? They don't know how to meditate. They cannot realize this. That's why they are always caught in this. Now you see why Bodhidharma says, Sing Wei Ken Pen. You have to start with mind. And the Buddha also say, mind is the forerunner of all things. Opening verse, Dhammapada first, verse 1 and 2. Straight away tell you, this mundane mind, you have to be careful. Everything arises from there. That's why when this one arises, all things arise. Mind is the forerunner of all things. Mind is chief. When mind arises, everything arises. So this mind, you have to use it properly. Without wisdom, Dhammapada verse 1 will take over. Suffering will follow you. Like the wheel that follows the hoof of the cart. Because you will act heedlessly with the evil roots of greed, hatred and delusion. And this is how living beings get into trouble. How they entangle themselves. Then when you understand the importance of this mundane mind, you will straight away develop the faith, the understanding, and you determine to be heedful. Dhammapada verse 22. What happens when you determine to be heedful? The wise one intend on heedfulness, and they will rejoice in the rhyme of the Arya. That's why they can become enlightened beings. rejoice in the rhyme of the aria with their true mind. That's why they are always peaceful, aware, tranquil, still. And all this Sankhara movement got nothing to do with the host, understand? The host cannot come out, got no word. Why you go and allow all this to entangle you? And what is the third turning of the first noble truth? This noble truth of dukkha has already been. Once you understand, no more suffering. Is it very difficult? Maybe can do it to a certain extent. He told us last time convocation, Jim, they all get into trouble. She can observe with awareness all this, and there was joy inside. That's why when you have the Dhamma, you can do it. Otherwise you get entangled, understand? Because he told us that sharing in Paris, almost get into problem with the security guard after a while. They don't allow the wheelchair to be pushed through the garden. So because of that, I think they went into but luckily, Ingvi was there, fully relaxed, fully aware, and resolved it amicably. Because the children were also there. They were trying to, Ingvi saw. That's how you apply the Dhamma. When you understand, you can free your mind. No point arguing with them. You are at their place, and they have their rules. You can try to speak following Noble Eightfold Path, right view leading to pleasant speech, action, and thought process. Say sorry first. Really sorry. We are foreigner. We are new to this place. We don't know the rules. Really sorry. If you have violated any of these rules, please accept my sincere apology. Then there is no commotion anymore. Understand? Otherwise, you try to justify. Why cannot? I'm on wheelchair. You don't pity me. I tell you worse. You become worse. Understand? So solving problem, apply Noble Eightfold Path. Understand? But that is the meditation that leads to the end of all suffering. The Buddha said, always go back to that one. The Noble Eightfold Path is the meditation. But that is Sila, Samadhi, and Panya. Understand? When you follow Noble Eightfold Path, no negativity. You are following the advice of the Buddha. You are avoiding all evil, do good, and purifying your mind. That's why Noble Eightfold Path is very powerful. So first Noble Truth can solve your problem already. But when you come to second Noble Truth, it is even more powerful. What did the Buddha proclaim under the second Noble Truth? The cause of arising of suffering is what? Craving first. It is self-delusion that condition craving. So craving condition grasping, clinging, holding on, giving meaning. That's what human beings do. Because there is this fear. Fear of what? Losing that relationship, understand? Fear of bobina. This one. In English is what? 没年见人 Scared your other colleague or classmate all come to know, the girlfriend dumped him. No. Wow. In English, is there a word? Bobin. Not really prior. Losing face. Fear of losing face. Only Chinese can understand. The English don't have such terminology. But whatever it is, the first proclamation of second Noble Truth, you have to reflect and contemplate to develop the first and second turning wisdom. Why did the Buddha say craving? Born of self-delusion. If the egoic mind make me think that I exist, then what happened? There is a personality. Then I believe this human being is me. Then the I, the egoic mind and personality will make me selfish, angry, emotional, fearful. That's why the three evil roots start to arise. And this is all born of ignorance. self-delusion. There's a self-delusion, condition, craving. Crave means you desire, understand? Wanting. So you want that relationship, but it has become no more what it used to be. Then that wanting, without the right view or the right understanding or the wisdom to accept the reality of the moment, because this is a first noble truth reality, understand? It not only happened to you, it happened to everybody. But if you don't have the Dhamma, you don't know all this, you will be entangled and you will suffer. But when you understand that it is attachment, craving, clinging, then you ask yourself, who cling, who attach, who grabs? It's the mundane mind. This fellow is not me. Then why are you affected? You didn't even know that you have this true mind. And this is the host. Or we call it what? The boss. Huh? This is the host. And this one is never affected. But this is your nature. It cannot come out and live life. So stay here, silent. Then check. It's like meditation. Why that thought keep on coming out? That angry thought, that wrong thought. The thought that become jealous, angry, hatred, emotional. With a lot of negativity. How did that wrong thought arise? Because you cling to that relationship, understand? You attach. You believe it's real. You give meaning. That is the cause of suffering. So how can I reverse all this? How can I untie all this? How? The second turning, what did the Buddha say? This craving is to be not understood. Understood is first noble truth. Abandon. You better learn how to abandon it, understand how? Or relinquish it. How? Ah, very good. You remember, understanding. When I understand, no more problem, is it? When I don't understand, only I hold it. I cling it. You can develop understanding in many ways. First way is meditative way. You are the host. This fellow is not you, but this one not everybody can understand. A lot of people kena the first noble truth reality still without Dhamma. How can you teach this? Don't worry. Don't believe the mundane mind. Believe the true mind. Again, believe. I tell you, that guy doesn't know what you are trying to tell him. It will not help him. So, what is the next way? Noble Eightfold Path. What is the first path factor? Right view is what? Law of? In the past you must have dumped people before, understand? No. You must have done this to people. Now got condition, you kena from that guy. Fair enough. Then, no more complaint, is there? No more hatred, is there? Then at least, you can be at peace. And you know what all this lady told me, you know? After I explained this. Got such thing, man. Brother Teo, this bastard. He used that word last time, darling, now become bastard. He said, I sacrificed my whole life. I trusted him and gave birth to 2, 3 beautiful children. No? And after all these years, he did that to me. When you constantly have this wrong thought, like a tape recorder inside there, I tell you, you sure become depressed. Then the worst is after that, I say, to solve it, because you know it's karma. So first thing, do what you have to do. What is the first thing you have to do? Ask for forgiveness. You know what he told me? She told me straight away. You mean from that bastard? Forget about it. Straight away he told me. I said, no need to be from him. From all beings, whomsoever from the distant past until now. Because you never knew who, understand? That is to keep you peaceful, understand? Then I told her, I said, don't worry. Take care of karma. Karma take care of your life. Don't do all these things. Then vow not to break the precept not to repeat all this. Then vow to cultivate following the advice of the Buddha, means meditate, attend class, keep the precept and all. Then do more wholesomeness. Then invoke power of merits for turn around. If you already say this guy become bastard already, did so much thing to you, and somehow you want him to come back to you, it's contradictory. Correct? You already say until he 1 cent also not worth, understand? And yet you expect him to come back. But I think most ladies like that. They want the relationship to be back to normal. And do you know, I got one classmate last time from 5. After he break off from another classmate who is a lady, then they try to patch back, So we all were dragged into the picture, So I was told by 3 of my other classmates, could you also come along? I said, do what? He said, go and tell off that guy. How can you dump this classmate like that? We went and talked to him. At first they were in Form 5, very close, the relationship very good. Then after that, this boy failed Form 5, didn't go to Form 6, went and joined army. And you know army got a lot of things. So he said he don't want the relationship. Then we go and talk to him. Hey, we are schoolmates, colleagues for so long. How can you just do that? You want also break off amicably and all those things. You know what his reply was? He said, the wound may heal, the scar is there. He talked like that. When the word went over to the female classmate, I tell you, make her so angry. So finally, marry an Indian guy. He become like vengeance already, hatred already. So relationship without understanding is like that. So applying the Dhamma is not easy. So that's why a lot of people who have faith in me, follow the advice, finally turn around. And finally something happened, then the husband came back also got. Then happily ever after also got. But what is more important is, if people don't have the Dhamma, you have to explain to them. This is one of the way to get out of suffering. Because by doing this, you can tell yourself it's a blessing in disguise. If I don't have this type of problem, I wouldn't come to the Dhamma. Understand? And Dhamma is priceless. When I understand this Dhamma, I can change over to a better life. I can follow the advice of the Buddha and I can be free from all suffering in the future. So, based on this, they will become more happy, more confident, more peaceful. Especially blessing in disguise. They say, Brother Teo, otherwise I won't come and listen to you. I won't attend all these classes. It's only because I confronted this. That's why people who sincerely listen, follow instruction, they progress very fast. Yeah. Then the other way to let them understand better is, this one I really taught a college girl, 2nd year. He got 2 first Noble Truth reality. First, the mother passed away. She became very sad, very depressed. Because the mother actually was the one that took care of her and her other brothers and sisters. Whereas the father is not so responsible type. Then after that, he went to college. Then he get to know a boy, not really boy, a working man, but not that old. I think graduate after a few years. So this guy actually, I think, helped her, then managed to make her feel so much better, because it's like somehow there is a secret relationship went on. So everything returned to normal after the first 2 years. The mother passed away. Then they met this guy. Then they established some very close type of relationship, I understand. Not in intimacy, please. It's because this guy is trying to help her and bring her back to normal mind state and all those things and have the happy life. Then he said she was very full of joy and all those things. Then she even came to attend my meditation class and help out during Vesak. But that time she didn't take the Buddhist teaching seriously. Then one day, suddenly, I think after about a month, he attended the class for 4 weeks consecutively. Last night Thursday class was there at another Buddhist center. Then the 5th class, she came very early. I can see her eyes in tears, still sobbing inside there. Then I realized something is troubling her. I asked her, "Is there anything that happened to you?" And she started crying. I said, "Don't worry, we can talk about it after the class." Then after the class, there was another colleague who fetched me. There was a lady, so better bring a lady along. So 3 of us went to this. It's a cafe, I think. So she told me all this type of problem. Then I said, "You don't worry. The boy maybe have a reason. The guy has a reason why he wants to break off. He don't want to cheat you. He's married actually." But he was so sad because the mother one haven't really healed. This one come again. I said, "Don't worry. You listen." I said, "Very easy. He been sincere, so he don't want to hurt you. You should thank him for what he has done. But let's say if he has not been sincere, somebody else who wants to break off with you, then you should thank him." He looked at me, "Why?" "Because it's a blessing in disguise. Otherwise you won't come to the class, cry, and won't meet me, and you won't listen to this." I say, he is the one that has to lose, not you. You are so young, full of potential. You can become very, very beautiful in a different sense, not outward appearance. I say inwardly. I said, you came to the class, develop meditation, learn the Dhamma. I said, the moment you learn the Noble Eightfold Path, then I am going to teach you, of course, ask for forgiveness, all those things, which in her case is not really that relevant. Understand? Maybe to a certain extent somebody did certain thing to she did certain thing to people in the past, then now she got this. But this one is because out of concern and love, not to hurt her further, she told her he got to break off from her. So I say, because of that, you can cultivate Noble Eightfold Path. When you have the embodiment of Noble Eightfold Path, a lot of boys will like you. You will have a lot more opportunity. And now you're still student, you are still young. When you come out to work, you will meet more people, and you will understand what I am trying to share with you. And you know what happened? After that, it so happened, a few months later, where she was a second-year art student, I think, mass comm, I don't know what, she got training. 3 months later, or 4 months later, she came to the Sunday talk. I was giving that Sunday Dhamma talk at that Buddhist center. I think it's Bob's. Suddenly I saw a girl dressed up very well, very pretty and very cheerful, smiling at me. I cannot really recognize her. When she come for meditation, very simple. Then that night sobbing like anything. Then as she approached me after the talk, then I remember her. I said, "What happened?" She was smiling. Then she told me, "Brother Teo, thank you so much. I say, what happened? He said, what you taught me was wonderful. I apply them. He said, now I'm so happy. So he gave back his life, and he told me, she told me, even my classmates, they don't believe, because they saw her so sad and so depressed. It's like somebody's parent passed away and all those things. And within 3 months, he turned around so beautifully. And the classmates, they also asked her, what happened to you? What actually happened to you? How did you become so bubbly, cheerful again and happy? He hinted to them, Dhamma. Some of them non-Buddhists cannot understand. And it really happened. That's why I say you have to give people hope, understanding. It's not the end of the world, understand? He doesn't want you, means he is the one that actually, in Cantonese what you call? No. It doesn't have the eye to see the right thing. No. Chi what? Yao ngan mo chi. Wow, very good. Thank you, Andrew. Yao ngan mo chi. I think me from Cantonese. Means what? Cannot see the right thing. Yao ngan mo chi. Don't have the eyeball, so cannot see your true beauty inside. Understand? So they miss out on you. So it's, in fact, very true. When you have the Dhamma, you become very different. You completely transform, understand? Personality-wise, character-wise, understanding-wise, and you become such a wonderful person with inner beauty, with inner understanding, and the one that who can really finally enter into a relationship with you will be the real lucky one, understand? But all this happened because of causes and conditions. Without this, if you don't have the affinity to meet my nature or somebody who has the Dhamma, you also cannot receive. But where in the past you have helped people before, especially like Suyan, helped so many this life. So in future, no matter what happens, he will have Kwayan, the real right people to come and guide him and bring him to the right people. That's why you can really create condition to help people recover. That is a very, very wholesome deed. Karma-wise, you will reap what you sow. In future, when you get into trouble, people will bring you to the right people, the right avenue, and the right place, and you will inherit that parami. So, application of Dhamma to overcome your life problem is very easy when you understand. So these are the few things that I have taught you. So second noble truth, the third turning, what is it? This cause of dukkha, which is craving, has already been abandoned or relinquished. Means you already developed the understanding. You see through everything very clear. Follow Noble Eightfold Path, right view, to accept the reality of the moment so that you don't react and don't stir anymore. As long as there is right view, the mundane mind will not stir, will not react. Do you understand? Then you are at peace. Means what? There is clarity to reflect on what happened. Then you can move on. You ask yourself, what actually happened? How can I resolve this amicably following Noble Eightfold Path so that I can move on, so that I don't have to suffer, so that I don't create any more misunderstanding and negativity, so that I don't pollute the consciousness of the world, of the planet, or of my country. So all these are Dhamma understanding. So when you have the understanding, you're free, like what Adam has learned. Always fall back to understanding. Then third noble truth is very important for people who wants to go the spiritual way. What is the third noble truth? The Buddha said, suffering need not be. Understand? Enlightenment in the here and the now is possible. Nibbana can be realized. So there is hope. there is this faith, light at the end of the tunnel, understand? No? If I know there is such a teaching, I will go all out and cultivate it. True or not? Huh? Because suffering need not be, People who go through suffering, they will know how bad suffering could be, Just I was watching this, Xuan Zhang, I think earlier on, Miss Puan Chi sent out Xuan Zhang. The whole movie is actually not that interesting, but there was one part very good. There was one general sent to the frontier there, out of place very far. Every time have to watch out for all those the what they call barbarians and all things attacking them. He said his life was miserable. He was full of suffering. Then they got this notice to catch this monk, Xuan Zhang, because he don't have the emperor's permission to go west. The general, when Xuan Zhang was caught by his men, 4 of them brought the monk in. He straight away tell his men, this guy can never be Xuan Zhang. I got news. He has turned back and returned to Chang'an. Actually, he want to save this monk. Then after they have gone, he called this monk, come, sat down. And he offered him food and all those things. And Xuan Zhang was felt very grateful. Then the general asked him, what did you monk learn? What is it that you learn? He asked him a very strange question. If you are in a temple, what will you do? He wants to know what the monk do. He said, I will chant the sutta. I will sit and meditate. You mean you don't go and simply think and all those things, no more problem? He said, no. That is what a monk's life is all about. Then after that he said, come with me. So he took him to the border. He asked him to sit. He said, you know how boring my life is. He said, I saw you eat that thing that I offered to you, the mantou or I don't know what. He said, you were full of joy and contentment. And you were so happy with just that offering. How can the human mind become like that? Is it? Do you know, I have sleepless night ever since I was sent here. Every day worry about the barbarian and all those things. And I know if the barbarian come, I cannot defend it. Because not enough people, not enough food and all those things. So he said, for me, if I can have a good night's sleep, that is the happiest thing in my life. Do you understand? That's why living being, without contentment, without understanding, and you are caught in suffering, the mundane mind really cannot cease, I tell you. They don't know what to do. He can't even sleep, that general. He said, I'm willing to exchange everything just to have one night of good sleep. So this is what life is all about. This is what Dhamma is all about. So when you know that there is a third noble truth that explains to you suffering need not be, enlightenment in the here and now is possible, you should go all out and cultivate it. Second turning of third noble truth is what? This Nibbana or enlightenment is to be realized. That's why you have to cultivate it, to develop the ability to realize. To be free, you have to realize it. The third turning is this Nibbana or enlightenment in the here and now has already been realized. And the fourth noble truth is the path that leads to that realization, the end of suffering. That's why Noble Eightfold Path. And the Noble Eightfold Path, the Buddha under the second turning say, this Noble Eightfold Path is to be cultivated. That's why you have to put it into cultivation. Not until the day you can say, this Noble Eightfold Path has already been cultivated. Your mind is still not liberated. But the moment you can say that, means liberated already. You have the embodiment of the Noble Eightfold Path factor. You can apply them. You can live that truth, that reality. I realize the application part is more important because theory is a lot, and now the whole website has them. Now it's application part. You have to go into it, the tree turning and all those things. Then we can discuss it. It's not to say you cannot ask questions. You can, but you must do it. Then only the real question come out. Otherwise, all from the thought. When you do encounter certain thing, then you ask. That one become relevant. Then my nature will know that it can move further, because not until Kalyamita are ready, certain type of teaching cannot come out. That's why in the early day I used to explain or share with you all what this nature have understood is so much more. What I have shared is just, like the Buddha said, a handful. So it's not easy. That's why as condition unfold, this type of teaching will come out. But over the last 10 years, or total 15 years, it has been beautiful because the condition keep on unfolding. Then for those who are serious, sincere with the faith, you can actually progress very, very fast. And the understanding can really unfold. Your nature will transform. You will connect. You will know what that nature is. Then some of you already on the Bodhisattva path, but you don't know. When the time comes, you will know. Then you become very different. Very, very different. Well, this window is very special, this asana. Very, very special. The consciousness is very conducive. The Dhamma, the true Dhamma is there, available. Okay.